Just like I promised yesterday, DJI held their bigger than life event where they announced the Osmo Pocket. And yes, this fits in your pocket. Where's my phone? Because I have to obsess over the weather one last time because focus on the camera right there. We're going to 46 degrees tonight in Miami, and this is very special to me because it never gets this cold in Miami. But forgetting about the weather, DJI released a product today that I think is a very good deal for $350. What DJI released today is a 5-inch tall handheld gimbal camera, and this thing is only 5 inches. I mean, the iPhone X has a 5.8-inch screen, so this literally lives up to the name Osmo Pocket. This right here isn't the DJI Mavic Pro, but if you just grab the DJI Mavic Pro's camera and put it on a little stick, which is the gimbal, this thing is like a little gimbal, a 5-inch gimbal, and that right there is the Osmo Pocket. It takes the Mavic 2 Pro Zoom's camera and puts it on a $350 gimbal to compete with the GoPro Hero 7. And let me just say from experience, this right here is the DJI Spark, and DJI makes good gimbals. And this drone only costs like $400 and it only has a 2-axis gimbal, which is A+ quality. Imagine this thing. This little handheld gimbal is 3-axis mechanical. Your phone is OIS, which is optical image stabilization. It is of course not good as a handheld gimbal. And the GoPro, which I have a GoPro, this GoPro right here, the GoPro Hero 6, more specifically even the Hero 7, which has the best electronic image stabilization in the game, still doesn't live up to the mechanical stabilization hype. That's what a gimbal is for, that nice smooth footage. Like I said, this camera is going to be very similar to the Mavic 2 Pro Zoom. It's just going to take that camera, which is slightly better than a smartphone, and add the mechanical stabilization, and it's going to be a pretty good camera indoors and especially outdoors. It's going to be able to record up to 4K at 60 frames per second, which is kind of like the standard for action cameras. I mean, I wish my camera right here could do 4K at 60. It can't. It can only do 4K at 24 frames per second. The way this camera focuses is contrast based. This camera right here that I'm recording this on is not contrast based. That's why it like locks onto my face and it's so good. But with an action camera, you don't really like sit down and vlog with it. I mean, you may vlog, but you're not going to sit down and record professional video. I mean, contrast based is gonna be perfect for like action. You can kind of compare the contrast method of focusing to, let's say, like a smartphone camera that just focuses on everything. This is what this action camera is gonna do. It doesn't have a low aperture or a fast aperture to focus in on a subject. The DJI Pocket isn't waterproof by itself like a GoPro is, so if you want like instant waterproof footage, you're gonna have to still go with the GoPro. But if you don't mind putting a waterproof case on your stuff, well, you could buy a waterproof case and take the Pocket all the way down to 60 meters. This little pocket camera, of course, comes with all of the lovely DJI modes. The first one is FPV, which is when the camera just locks in place. So let's say you're just running down, let's say you're trying to record a football game and you're just running down, it's just gonna stay straight and just run with you. First person point of view. Another example of the FPV, which is probably better, is let's say you just attach the Pocket to your chest on a roller coaster ride and you want it to just film nice and straight and smooth. You turn it on to the FPV mode, and even though you go upside down, it's gonna lock in place. Another key mode that this thing comes with is active track. I have this little feature on the DJI Spark and all of the DJI drones. DJI is kind of known for this, but what active track is, it just locks onto your face, and whether you go left or right, the camera's gonna move with you, which is pretty cool. The last two modes, you guys, a little bit more cinematography. The first one is motion lapse, and I love seeing these. It's just, you put the Pocket in one place and it's gonna take like a 180 time lapse of whatever you're seeing. This is really cool if like cars are passing by on like a bridge or just a street. Super cool. The other mode is called night shot, which is literally the exact same type of feature that's found on all these Pixel phones, the Google Pixel, the Google Pixel 2, and especially most importantly the Pixel 3. This just enhances nighttime photography. One thing to know about the DJI Pocket is that its very own screen is about like 0.5 inches. So if you want to do some work on that, it's even smaller than a GoPro screen. So if you want to do work on it, you could actually get a lightning connector or a USB-C connector if you have an Android phone, which already comes in the package, the $350 package, which I already think is a good deal. You could connect that little adapter and connect it to your phone, which allows for you to control all the settings on a much bigger screen, and it imports it straight to your phone if you want to start recording footage on your pocket. But this kind of makes it a little bit much more bigger of a form factor, kind of taking away from that pocket size. I think for $350, or we could call it $400, because we know you're gonna need some accessories, especially that microphone accessory if you want to vlog. This is sure not gonna be a bad first vlogging camera for around $400. The question that it's really gonna come down to, should you get this, especially against something like the GoPro Hero 7, which has top of the class image stabilization. It is butterly smooth. Like, the feature is called hyper smooth. Oh, so good. Should you get the Hero 7, which also comes with 4K at 60 frames per second, but it starts at $400, or should you get this DJI Pocket? If you look at that little comparison, it really boils down to the fact on whether you want a mechanical gimbal or an EIS super smooth fixed point. That right there is going to be a tough decision, but the DJI Osmo Pocket has sure impressed me. I did not think this product was going to be that good at that cheap of a price. I'm sure they could charge $500 for this thing and they'll still sell a lot. And I'm going to end it off right there because that's all the footage that we have today, and I will see you tomorrow for the latest and greatest. And I'm gonna go enjoy the cold because it's only gonna last one more day. I almost forgot to tell you that you charge the Pocket by USB-C. Thank you, DJI. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.